What it is, what it do. In this episode, Chris Brown, HoodyBaby, scholars on the Drake versus UMG case, Kendrick, Future, and Metro Boomin still accused of stealing music, and of course, the first week of the Diddy trial. Let's get to it. See Breezy, Chris Brown remains held in custody without bond somewhere in London. On May 15th, Brown was arrested in Manchester, England, on a charge of causing grievous bodily harm from an alleged nightclub attack in February of 2023. He was denied bail and remains behind bars. According to AP, he is scheduled to appear at Southwark Crown Court in London on June 13th, which is the third day of his world tour. One of the bigger questions is, how can he go on tour if he is still behind bars? According to the report, Brown was on tour in the UK in February of 2023 when he launched an unprovoked attack on a producer, striking him several times with a bottle at the Tape nightclub in the swanky Mayfair neighborhood in London. According to prosecutor Hannah Nichols, Brown then chased the producer, then punched and kicked him in an attack caught on surveillance camera in front of a club full of people, she said. Brown did not enter a plea and only spoke to confirm his name, birth date, and gave his address as the Lowry Hotel, where he was arrested in Manchester early Thursday and taken into custody. The producer has filed a civil suit for the alleged attack and seeks $16 million in damages. Brown has an upcoming tour that can be, of course, impacted by this recent event. In addition to Brown's arrest, rapper HoodyBaby was also charged in the attack, according to LP. Amalolu Akinlolu, say that 5 times, also known as HoodyBaby, was due to appear in Manchester Magistrates Court on a charge of causing grievous bodily harm with intent. HoodyBaby, who is pictured to the left of Lil Wayne, is a Dallas rapper that has worked with big acts such as Lil Wayne, Wiz Khalifa, and Quavo. We will keep you updated with further events as they occur. Next, according to an article by HipHop DX, Drake's Not Like Us lawsuit is labeled dangerous by legal experts. The scholars directly warned of the harms that arise when courts treat rap lyrics as confessions or factual representations. The scholars also warned that if Drake succeeds in his action against UMG, they claim that it will be a threat to free speech and that fictional narratives are a common occurrence in hip-hop. On November 1st, 2022, more than 100 artists signed a petition urging prosecutors to voluntarily cease using lyrics against artists. Many hip-hop artists, such as YNW Melly and Young Thug, in his most recent battle, have had to deal with their lyrics being thrown back at them in criminal charges. YNW Melly currently remains imprisoned and is awaiting a second trial for an alleged double homicide. Young Thug was charged under RICO and pleaded guilty. He was sentenced to time served and 15 years probation. Next, Rodney Oliver of Rodney O and Joe Cooley announced he had filed a lawsuit against Kendrick Lamar, Future, Metro Boomin, Epic Records, and others, accusing them of willful copyright infringement, fraudulent misrepresentation, breach of contract, and other misconduct aimed at undermining his ownership and legacy. According to Oliver, Kendrick Lamar, Future, Metro Boomin, and Epic Records took the music from his song Everlasting Bass and used it for their 2024 mega hit, Like That. He wrote, "At first I was honored to have Future, Metro, and K-Dot use my classic Everlasting Bass, but they probably didn't know that the company has not lived up to the agreement. I'll do whatever it takes to stand up for me and all the pioneers in the game. Enough is enough." However, a representative for Metro Boomin told TMZ that they did obtain the rights to the sample and paid Oliver $50,000. Oliver is also being sued by the Barry White Trust, in which the trust says that Oliver took the music for Everlasting Bass from Barry White's hit song I'm Gonna Love You Just a Little More, Baby. The lawsuit appears to be more of a he say, she say triangle, but we will follow up and let you know what happened. Finally, Diddy. The majority of this week was testimony of Cassandra Ventura, also known as Cassie. Ms. Ventura had been in a long-term relationship with Diddy and was called to testify. During her testimony, Cassie testified several things regarding the alleged freak-offs, both consensual and non-consensual relations. Once again reported by AP, Estavio, one of Diddy's attorneys, asked if Cassie still had feelings for Combs after he allegedly R-ed her in August of 2018. Quote, "You didn't hate him then, and you don't still hate him now," Estavio said. "I don't hate him," Cassie responded. "You still have love for him?" "I have love for the past, what was." After Cassie left the stand, a law enforcement officer testified that drugs, cash, and baby oil were found in Combs' Manhattan hotel room when he was arrested last September. Combs had hoped to surrender himself rather than be arrested, but agents confronted him at the hotel and took him into custody. Jurors passed around plastic baggies full of pink powder, which we will discuss that later at some other time here on this channel. So subscribe, hit the notification bell, and stay tuned. Also found in the room was a fanny pack with $9,000 in cash. The jury was also shown photographs of large containers of baby oil and lubricant found in the hotel's closet and bathtub. On cross-examination, a defense lawyer elicited that a woman's belongings were also found in the hotel room, maybe suggesting that the evidence belonged to someone else. Next, singer Dawn Richard took the witness stand late Friday afternoon and said she witnessed Combs physically attack Cassie on multiple occasions. She said she witnessed one incident in 2009 at Combs' home when he came downstairs screaming and proceeded to hit Cassie on the head and beat her on the ground in front of everyone. Richard said she was in Combs' home at that time recording. Richard testified that Combs was angry and tried to hit Cassie in the head with a black skillet in the 2009 encounter at Combs' home, but Cassie seemed to deflect a direct hit by the skillet and then curled up in a fetal position on the ground. According to Richards, he started to punch and kick her body and her head, Richard said. She said Combs then put his arm around her neck and his hands on her head and dragged her up the stairs. Richard was a cast member on Combs' MTV reality show Making the Band, which launched the group act Danity Kane. Later, she was a member of Combs' band Diddy Dirty Money. The prosecution says it's on pace to finish its case in approximately 6 weeks. We will update you as news becomes available. So don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell so you can know when we drop the next update. Also, as we get more legal documents, we will share those with you as well. Until then, thanks for watching, be happy, and as I always say, what it is, what it do. Don't forget, subscribe and check out my other videos.